hard not to think the worst. She promised me she would stay in the house tonight. She knew how important tonight was. We can still make it to the hotel after she's settled in the house. Rome was always so optimistic. He always saw the bright side of things. I guess you would when it wasn't your mama that you had to pick up on prom night. When does your father come back? You have to call him and tell him about this, Faye. I refused. No. He will try to rush and book a flight to get back home. I can handle this on my own. I can handle my mom, I confidently told him. It had been months since my uncle called and told us that my grandmother was sick. Living in a different state made it hard for my father to drop everything and be at her side. When you owned one of the most popular restaurants in town, you couldn't just pick up and leave whenever someone needed you. My father also felt torn between maintaining a relationship with his family and choosing his wife. As I became older, I wanted to prove to my father that I could carry some of the burden he had been carrying alone all these years. When Rome pulled into the parking space and killed the engine, I felt a somber feeling in the pit of my stomach. The lights from the emergency sign illuminated both of our faces. We sat in the car for a few seconds before breaking our silence. It was embarrassing. Having everyone pity you because your mom is an alcoholic always made me feel low, as if I wasn't good enough to exist in the same places as these people. Even being with someone like Rome felt wrong, as if I wasn't worthy of his love. Rome never made me feel like that, though. I hated having to hear stories about how she was tossed out of a business because she was belligerent drunk. This town was far too shallow not to patronize one of the most popular restaurants in town because Kimba Stone was the town's alcoholic. Rome turned in his seat and grabbed my hands. Tonight will still be everything that we have ever wanted. This is just a small bump in the road. There's always going to be a bump in the road when it comes to my mom, I whined. Rome had been accepted into Georgia State University. He knew what life would look like after high school. Our lives after school were going to look different. While he was chasing his dreams in Georgia, I would attend a community college here. It would be selfish to leave my father here alone with her. He couldn't possibly run the restaurant and manage my mother at the same time. How would he be able to continue to follow his own dreams while having to micromanage Mom? He needed me here, and despite him encouraging me to leave Sageport, I would stay. You should reconsider the scholarship, Faith. Columbia is a big deal, and not many get scholarships there. This could be big for you. The day I received the acceptance letter and scholarship from Columbia University, I sobbed. Not because this was something I had always wanted and had accomplished it. I sobbed because, in my heart, I knew there was no way that I could leave my parents behind. My father would never verbally admit it, but I knew he needed me here. Instead of jumping for joy like other students did when they received their letters, I folded mine and put it in the back of my diary. At best, it would make for a great conversation starter when I was older. People who were accepted into Columbia could have bragging rights, right? I have considered it 1,000,000 times. My family isn't like yours, Rome. I don't have a mom who attends all my games, bakes cookies because she loves me, or is fully present to hear me vent. These are the cards I was dealt, and I need to deal with them. Mrs. Atkins was the definition of a supermom. She was on every committee there was for the school, and she still managed to be a great wife and mother to her boys. Mr. and Mrs. Atkins were prom king and queen, and were